So guys, many people have been questioning what the defense minister Christopher Musa is up to these days, considering the level of insecurity. He came in giving Nigerians hope that he was going to fight this insecurity, without looking back. But it appears his morale has been dampened by the Fulani leaders, because we saw that somebody like Professor Yusuf came out to say Musa should dare not kill the Fulanis, that he should remember he's no longer a military man, he's now a political person. He's now into politics, being a minister, so that any of his action will have consequence. That was the warning to Musa, and we don't know if that is what is making the Nigerian defense minister for defense to slack back. This is coming after video of Boko Haram ISWAP convoy was seen passing through a military checkpoint with the military men keeping quiet. Now let me show you. You can see the video for yourself. This was the moment Boko Haram members drive past a military checkpoint unchallenged. Now see how some people have reacted to it. Like this headline says, soldiers watch silently as Boko Haram ISWAP terrorists armored convoy rolls through checkpoint unchallenged. So guys, this is what Nigerians have been saying, and this other person here also tweeted and said Boko Haram ISWAP fighters were reportedly seen moving in armored vehicle through military checkpoints while soldiers look on without intervening. They never intervened. They didn't even ask questions. The terrorists were even having their flag on the convoy, on their convoys, and they just drove past the military check. And this person say, what will you call this? What are you going to call this? Now, this United Kingdom deacon has also reacted to it, and he said, more proof that Tinubu's military are complicit in Islamic genocide of Christians in Nigeria. President Trump, please act to protect Christians from Tinubu's Islamic regime. This is what this person is tweeting. So guys, Musa came with that zeal that he was going to fight terrorism, but we don't know where Musa is today. Considering the level of insecurity, if you know what is happening in Nigeria today, kidnappings all over the place, the terrorists are like in charge. You can imagine after the terrorists came out to declare convert or die somewhere in Adamawa, what has happened? Nothing. They said communities are ablaze. I mean, everywhere in the north, even the day that down to today, go to places in Sokoto state. These are Christian dominated areas. If you go to Zamfara, Christian dominated areas, they are almost every day under one attack or the other. Christopher Musa promised us that he was going to deal with these people. Where is he today? So guys, also Tinubu has been called out by Peter Obi, saying, where is Tinubu in the midst of all this insecurity? You can see the leadership that these people are giving us. Tinubu is nowhere to be found. Everywhere in Edo state, kidnappings all over the places, and Tinubu is not in Nigeria. Peter Obi is questioning his whereabouts since the new year that Tinubu left. Tinubu is not yet back in the country. Other presidents of the other countries, they spend their Christmas in their own country and their New Year, but our own jetted out for holiday, and since then he can't even address the country from wherever he is. Now, talking about Boko Haram and the menace they've been causing on the Nigerian military. See this headline, the Nigerian soldiers are raising alarm that Boko Haram that has been brought into the military, they are busy leaking information to their fellow terrorists in the bushes. Now, this one says, exclusive Nigerian soldiers in Northeast demand end to repentant terrorist integration. Link deadly attacks to leaks. They are saying, bringing the repentant Boko Haram into the military in the name of integrating them is costing them a lot. That many of the deadly attacks they've suffered is as a result of them leaking information to their fellow terrorists in the bush. Recently, we saw that explosive denoted by Boko Haram fighters killed 9 military immediately and injured many. Who knows how many military have gone since that attack happened like some days ago. So guys, this is what we are seeing in Nigeria, where terrorists are being integrated into the military. Now the military men are raising alarm, saying integrated Boko Haram is causing us havoc. Integrated Boko Haram members are causing us havoc. They leak our secret. They tell their colleagues our whereabouts, our direction, and all that. They are now raising alarm. So, guys, this is the same military we want the Trump military to come and work with, where everywhere has been compromised. But one question I want to ask is, if an integrated Boko Haram member is having access to classified information, it means that that person must be occupying a very key position in the military. So we have sympathizers of Boko Haram who are holding classified information of the Nigerian intelligence as regards to security, and they are the ones leaking this information to their colleagues in the bushes. So guys, a whole lot is happening. Now let me allow you to take a look at reaction as regards to the way Christopher Musa has recently gone silent in the midst of, you know, prevailing insecurity in Nigeria, and people are wondering, where is Christopher Musa? Where is that zeal that he told Nigerians he was going to use to dare the terrorists? Is it that he's afraid of the Fulanis because they don't want these terrorists to be stopped? Especially the Fulani terrorists. They don't want you to go after them. Nigeria is now depending on Trump's strike. If Trump doesn't come to strike, nobody is going to strike the terrorists. It's like that's where we are today. So guys, take your time, watch these videos, and let me know your honest reaction as regards to all this in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more updates. Thank you.
Musa, please stop telling us to talk. We are tired of hearing that. Do something. The people supporting terrorists, you know them. You know them. You cannot pretend that you don't know them. They gave you 400 men from a foreign country. Of those who sponsoring terrorists, you know them. What have you done? Moses, I told everybody who cared to listen that I'm not happy with Nigerian army. They have disappointed themselves and disappointed Nigerians. All these hot wars and all that with no action. Was it not this Musa who told us that he will find out who gave the order for the security men to leave before these children were kidnapped? Up to today, what happened? Moses, what happened? As I talk to you now, members of villagers in Benue and Plateau State are living in IDP camp. Going to 10 years now. And the foreign terrorists are taking over their village and they are living there. They have renamed the place.
What do you blame this on? Because when the general was relieved of his duties, Nigerians were upset that you know he was doing something because he spoke very tough about dealing with insecurity. And then when he was made a minister, Nigerians were excited. But is it the politics now, the political part of it, that is making his own work ineffective?
The Nigerian army we have today is no longer the Nigerian army of you. What we have now is a politicized military. Moses, if you read how the former chief of army staff was killed with that helicopter crash near Zaria, you wait for the army. Your own man, you people murdered him. How do you explain that? Why can't they find out who's behind all these things? Instead of telling us, if you do, the 400 men they get there, what happened? Musa, please stop telling us to talk. We are tired of hearing that. Do something. The people supporting terrorists, you know them. You know them. You cannot pretend that you don't know them. They gave you 400 men from a foreign country. Of those who sponsoring terrorists, you know them. What have you done? Every morning, people will come here and be embarrassing everybody. You are you know people supporting them. What have you done? Sheikh Gumi is there. So what is there all this thing that if you know them, if you are not blowing hot water?
Okay.
Name that particular person who gave them order to leave that school. And then the same thing to the person who asked them to leave Dati on a day of curfew. That those girls were kidnapped and now we are looking for their Sharibu.
All right.
All these facts are before you now. What are you telling us?
There's another story from the Vanguard newspaper. It says,
see army checkpoint now. See army checkpoint. Boko Haram dey pass. See army checkpoint. Oh, our army. Make una no compromise this country for us.
What I want to react mostly is that this week and these people in River State. You remember that the River State State Assembly member are now saying that they are now solid. they may not go ahead with impeachment. Is that not true? So, after all the shenanigans, what happened? Were you not here when all of us were telling Wike? I can't say all of us because my friend Barrister Adam, when I had this, I said, I pity those following Wike. They will lick their wounds. And if that thing happens, Wike is finished. He can never talk again in River State. If this their gambit fail, and from the look of it, it has failed already. Wike is finished. In fact, those people will not follow him again. They will not know that Wike has been misleading them. That's just the simple truth. I pray that yes, it fails. Because I can't see how a Wike will be in PDP and be dictating to APC. That is the cardinal sin he committed.
He's still in the PDP.
Yeah, Wike he's still in the PDP now. He has not defected. And so all the noise.
The faction of the PDP.
All the noise has come to an end for Wike. All the noise. That's just the truth. We cannot impeach Fubara. Musa, please stop telling us to talk for. We are tired of hearing that. Do something. The people supporting terrorists, you know them. You know them. You cannot pretend that you don't know them. They gave you 400 men from a foreign country. Of those who sponsoring terrorists, you know them. What have you done? Moses has told everybody who cares to listen that I'm not happy with Nigerian army. They have disappointed themselves and disappointed Nigerians. All these hot wars and all that with no action. Was it not this Musa who told us that he will find out who gave the order for the security men to leave before these children were kidnapped? Up to today, what happened? Moses, what happened? As I talk to you now, members of villagers in Benue and Plateau State are living in IDP camp. Going to 10 years now. And the foreign terrorists are taking over their village and they are living there. They have renamed the place.
What do you blame this on? Because when the general was relieved of his duties, Nigerians were upset that he was doing something because he spoke very tough about dealing with insecurity. And then when he was made a minister, Nigerians were excited. But is it the politics now, the political part of it, that is making his own work ineffective?
The Nigerian army we have today is no longer the Nigerian army of Yo. What we have now is a politicized military. Moses, if you read how the former chief of army staff was killed with that helicopter crash near Zaria, you wait for the army. Your own man, you people murdered him. How do you explain that? Why can't they find out who's behind all these things? Instead of telling us if you do. The 400 men they get there, what happened? Musa, please stop telling us to talk for. We are tired of hearing that. Do something. The people supporting terrorists, you know them. You know them. You cannot pretend that you don't know them. They gave you 400 men from a foreign country. Of those who sponsoring terrorists, you know them. What have you done? Every morning people will come here and be embarrassing everybody. You know people supporting them. What have you done? Shegumi is there. So what is there all this thing that if you know them, if you are not blowing hot water?
Okay.
Name that particular person who gave them order to leave that school and gave the same thing to the person who asked them to leave Dati on a day of curfew. That those girls were kidnapped and now we are looking for their Sharibu.
All right.
All these facts are before you now. What are you telling us?
There's another story here from the Vanguard newspaper. It says, Barrister, now it's back to political will because the military is saying, look, it's not our fault really. What do you have to say?
It's a lie.
Should Nigerians now decide to defend themselves?
It's a lie.
What's a lie exactly?
What is lie is that this political will have been a sacrificial lamb. Anybody in political will. Who told you that Tinubu wants to fail? Hold on. Who told you that Tinubu wants insecurity in Nigeria? Who are to provide security for Nigeria? Is it not the police?
Will the military act? I mean, he's the CNC, the commander-in-chief.
He has given order. Are they obeying him? I told you here that our military has become more powerful than the civilian leadership. How many times have Tinubu given directive and nothing was done? Tell me, how many? Please tell me. How many times have Tinubu given directive to this same military and nothing happened? Did he not say he want to know the person that ordered the security to leave that school before those people came? Up to today, did anybody provide answers? So, who are the people in charge? Tell me. I don't believe in all this about political people. You have been given directive as a professional soldier. You know your calling. The civilian leadership cannot tell you how to go and fight in the bush. It's not possible. They cannot tell you. Do the work. Professionally do your work. Let me see that person that will say, why did you do this? Do your work. It is the military. It's within them. I just told you something here. The man that took over from Borotai, Chief of Army, how was he killed? Was it the civilian leadership that killed him? Tell me, was it the civilian leadership that killed him? This military has become so big and so rich that they want this thing to continue. Don't tell me any other story. Okay. They want this thing to continue because of the benefit that comes with it.
So Barrister, if you believe that the military is so big, that they have grown so big,
yes,
that they don't want it to stop, they want it to continue, does it look like the president lacks the capacity to rein in the military? Is that what you're saying?
As the man at the helm of affairs, he must play safe now. Since those people around him are becoming so stubborn, they don't want to do what he says, ask them to do. I am asking, how many times has he been given directive and nobody followed it through? Remember what happened in Benue? When he asked them, have nobody been arrested and they were all laughing and you know? What does that tell you? No, tell me.
So apparently your assessment of the president's ability clearly defines that, also defines his lack of political will. Is that what it means?
The man is trying.
Okay.
Tinubu is trying. It's just that the military are not cooperating with him. The military have been ethnicized and politicized and tribalized.
Barrister, where does that leave us? If we have a president who is trying, who is doing his best, but we have a military that is not cooperating.
Good.
We have a commander-in-chief who is doing his best, and we have a military that is not cooperating. Where does that leave us?
Now, where it leaves us that we need a new orientation, a new leadership. That's what I'm saying. This military, they have failed us, they have failed themselves. Mr. Okoro, how do you define, how do you even think of the idea that you have a Nigerian military who couldn't do anything until Donald Trump came with his bomb? How do you explain it? In the whole of Africa, has it happened before? If this military were working, please tell me, will Donald Trump come here? But because this same military has become part of the problem, you have seen it several times when they will be serving these bandits and terrorists. Have you not seen it? No, tell me. Something happened last week. Some women were protesting about the killing and all that. Some people came and shoot the women. Is that not true? No, tell me. Not once, not twice. So who are the people? Who are these military people taking side with terrorists? Who are they? Was it Tinubu that sent them to do that? The cap is that Tinubu is looking for a second term and he doesn't want to offend everybody at the same time.
Okay, so apparently he's not doing his best. That means he's not doing his best.
No, he doesn't want to offend the military in particular. That's why he keeps president even where they have failed. But the military hierarchy, what are they doing? That is the question here. So if the president has given the military hierarchy order to do something, does he need to now tell them how to do it? If this military are working as they should, Mr. Okoro will not hear of insecurity in Nigeria. I challenge anybody to come and tell me that this military are not part of the
Barrister, what else should the president do? He has changed service chiefs, has changed ministers and all of that. What else should he do?
Look, I am beginning to think that we need to change these people who are part of the problem. Because when you have brought people from a particular ethnic group to populate the military, and it's from this particular ethnic group that we are getting this insecurity, please, how does it work?
All right then.
How does it work? Tell me.
I'm sorry, Musa. But Barrister, when you say we have to change these people, which people are you talking in particular?
The people that are causing this problem, their people are in the military. Their people populated the military, and they have sympathy with them. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. Let us not run away from it. And these people should sack all of them now. Because of what they did, they say, you don't want us to be in the military. You are being this and that. You need the political will to do it.
All right.
All the people that are in sympathy with terrorists, they should leave the military. Leave them. You can bring people from anywhere, but these people, let them leave the military. That's what I'm saying.
All right, then. Well, let's...
Welcome back to the program. You're still watching Daily Politics on Trust TV. Let's turn our attention now to Katsina, where a fragile peace deal is under strain, where the state government is saying that it is planning to go ahead with the release of some 70 persons in connection with banditry for an agreement that saw the freeing of over 1,000 abducted victims. Supporters call it a confidence-building move, while critics, on the other hand, say it sends the wrong message while attacks and kidnappings continue, especially in all those councils that have already negotiated peace deals with the bandits last year. Let's bring in someone who is all too familiar with this development as we talk about what this means for justice, security, and public trust with Katsina-based security analyst, Dr. Bashir Kurfi. Doctor, it's good to see you this evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. Talk to us as someone who is not just familiar with this, but is also invested in Katsina's security as an indigene. What do you make of this move?
I think this move, one would say that is very unfortunate and also very dangerous for even the entire nation, because where you have a situation where you bring hardened criminals in a court process, being detained on the orders of the court, because in most cases those who are in the custody now of the prisons, they are unbailable offenses, because it's offenses dealing with rape, arson, and murder. So now to say that under any configuration, somebody to come up to say that these people can be freed, I say it's too dangerous. And also I will be surprised for any chief judge who has a career to get involved in this mess. So therefore, this issue of releasing them, because I have seen some of the statement of Katsina state government or the side of their commissioner saying that anywhere in the world where you go into war, you also can have exchange of prisoners. The people abducted were not prisoners. They were not prisoners. They were abducted in their homes. And if the bandits are saying that there was injustice done to them, now the people you have kidnapped, they were not police, they were not government officials, they were not politicians. Quite a number of them were peasants. You have to sell their farms and all this. So how would somebody say exchange of prisoners in the first place? And prisoners whom were they fighting? They went and got them in their homes and kidnapped them and raped them and took them. Now let me give you an example in my hometown in Kurfi. There was a time when this bandit went to somebody's house, which after when they were released, they were in my house. So they give me full report. And I also go to the bush. I participate in the operation. So nobody can come and tell me story. Now when they came to this lady's house, her husband was not around. And now they met the lady with her baby and told her to follow them to the bush. So when she was to go, she told them, I have twins. And one of the bandits took the twin on his shoulder without any clothes. And that baby was two months old. And where was her husband? Her husband was a theater nurse. He was in the hospital to save lives of some other women. So now, when they were going out, her 5-year-old son held her leg. He said he had to follow her. And there were 3 of them. they have been, with those people, they have to pay 5 million naira. So how can that be a war? And that criminal who has done that, with this their peace nonsense, people see him coming into the town and go to the market.
So there is no part of this where you think this is a necessary evil that could bring lasting peace?
No any necessary evil, even somebody to contemplate that. I think it looks very highly irresponsible. And the dangers which that one will bring. Now, you know, by the time they are in prison, also they will meet some hardened criminals which will also perfect their criminality. And now you release them, then they will go to other neighboring states. And I think Kano will be in big trouble by the time you release these people.
You think this could spill over to Kano? But I mean, we've seen some of the attacks in Shanunu, for instance, and other areas in Kano over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
You think situations like this could snowball into more attacks in Kano?
It's not snowballing, it's going there directly. And they steal from Kano and come to our areas and pass with their loot. And then the convention is that these people, there is a peace deal here. So if they didn't steal from an area and stole from somewhere, they just come to pass. So it's not your business at the community too. Because earlier on, they couldn't go to Kanu because we block all the areas where they can come out from the bush. But now, Katsina Meka, without considering the consequence of that, like in the city of Kanu. And the danger we'll face, especially we here in the north. The Boko Haram issue have basically dismantled the northeast market situation, where you destroy Maiduguri activity as an international market route. So now, you want to also attack Kano. So by the time you finish with Kano, because already Kano as a commercial center has been affected. Because in those days, on daily basis, we will get over 50 vehicles coming from Sokoto to Kano.
So you don't think this is by chance? You think this is by design?
No, I think it's designed, because I can't see how somebody can explain. And when they come and tell us that it's community initiative to do this, I'm the chairman of Katsina State Community Initiative, which we meet with the police in those days during Masari time, so there was synergy. And we were about actually to finish the something until when they come and dismantle all these kind of structures. So the question of even community, how do you talk of them? Who are the communities whom you consulted? Because I believe if you are doing anything, there are people whom you can contact, the community people to sit, and then if you are negotiating with anybody, I will put a negotiation team.
To your understanding, Dr. Kulfi, what is the government's motivation?
I think maybe, I think this thing need to be studied, and I think there is some wider implication which make me confused. When the Minister of Defense, or current Minister of Defense, when he was the Joint Chief of Staff, he said that army that are not, or any security are not part of that negotiation, and they should not accept it. Now, if a Minister of Defense have said that, even when he was inaugurated, so what is the situation that now you have a state government who have no idea what is going on, to come and then say they make independent, because when you hear the commissioner saying, well, now the next step is to collect their guns. This issue of negotiation or whatever is an international convention with serious people which maybe have ideological underpin. But what you are having when you are dealing with the bandit, bandit is somebody who you call an lumpe element, which Kalmas call so dangerous because they have no class identity. They are not farmers, so you cannot mobilize them with fertilizer. They are not workers, so you cannot mobilize them on wages. They are just typical iska. And also, when people talk about that, they are either so ignorant or deliberate because these people have no center of command. Now, for example, the king band of banditry in Bazari local government is Audulankai. Audulankai is not answerable to Muhetingi, who is in Musa. Muhyiddin is not answerable to Baru, who is in Kankara local government. And then you are having people coming in and out like Ado Aleru from Yankuzo in Zampara local government, but more based in Paskari. And you are having Dogo Gidi, who also want to transport to Niger and still come back to Bagega where he's operating.
And do we have an understanding if these deals are being cut with all of these individual bandit leaders, or what is playing out here exactly?
No, you see, I am sure, you see, what happened, which I know, they go and talk to the so-called, some of the bandit leaders, and not even all the bandits are available, because still, in Katsina they are talking about, even 3 days ago, in my own local government, they went and stole some cows. And 6 days back, they went and stole about 20 cows. So they are still operating. But when they call them, they say, look, you have stolen this. They will say, no, this one are not our boys. So I think what is, and I see it from the perspective, because this, when they say that the community, it's not any community. The government of Katsina State is lying to say it's a community.
And how does the government benefit from this exactly?
I think what I suspect, because with my experience last time when they had this issue of election in Paskari local government, you see, this politician, they are thinking that now if they are having an edge and dealing with these bandits, now when election come, those areas of the bandit, no politician can have access. So what is now, I know they're doing usually, they will get like all the boxes in various local government, which is not possible for people to enter. They will give the bandit leaders, and they will go and fill it, some print it, and bring it. And because to the politician in Nigeria, their interest is their political office, not to the interest of the security of their people. Because the level of this bloodshed that is going on, have you ever seen a situation where the politicians come together, ADC, APC, PDP, to say, okay, let's come. Let's even sit with the president. And let's sit with the chief of army staff and all this. Look, we are sick and tired of this bloodshed. What can we do? No politician is interested in that. Sometimes you even see reckless statement. Like I saw a statement of Aminu Tambuwal when Americans attack his own constituency. He made a statement from here that people have to be patient. America is trying to help us. Here you are, a politician sitting in Abuja. A normal politician, when you make any statement, you should be from the ground of your constituency. So the people, something. Of course, incidentally, after some days he was there having a birthday party, and his people are being killed on a daily basis.
Right. So you think the only motivation is 2027 elections?
I think so. And also, crudely somebody said that also these people, they are like on some cult. So that there is a requirement of number of drums of blood that should be shed every day if they will stay in power. Because I cannot understand why a human being, because even if it is animals that are killing, you should be concerned. And women will come to you, many women will come to my house. They come with their husband. They will tell you how they were raped. They will tell you 10 people raped them. You take them, we took some one time to the hospital when they were gang raped by about 10 something. The hospital said we just have to take them to BBF center because they have been torn off.
Is there a version of this that you're willing to accept? Because amnesty has been used as a tool to de-escalate situations like this. Yeah. We've used it in the Niger Delta, in Colombia it's been used. It's a widely accepted international practice where the amnesty usually comes along with disarmament. But is there a version of this that you think could be beneficial to the people of Katsina State and the Northwest as a whole?
No, amnesty I'm sure is not involved in this because they know it's not a serious matter as far as Katsina is concerned or Nigeria, because this is something which you can be able to sort it out and all this, but not where you bring a murderer and sit with the authority. He comes with his guns. And then I hear Katsina State government is saying, now the next process will collect their guns. You see, disarmament is a professional and international convention of how you manage it. Because if now they bring the guns, they give it to Commissioner Dikko or Governor or whoever, do they even know the gun? Do they know whether it is a correct gun or not? They must have experts who they sit based on certain negotiation. But why somebody has slaughtered someone and then you tell him that, okay, I come as government, I have forgiven you. The crime is not done on you alone. Did you call? Because why you see they are having this kind of peace something, all the victims will be called and those who perpetrated the victim. Some of the perpetrators of the situation, you see them even crying, feeling regrettable. But yeah, people who are not interested in something. And then, if the politicians are serious, how can you go and negotiate anything? Most of our village heads and district heads in Katsina State are not in their domain. So if you are not in their domain, you run because of the bandit. You come and put a supervisor or an assistant. He is directed by the bandit. And let the Katsina government tell me today, how many of their commissioners, how many of the appointees at federal level, minister or whatever, who can go and spend 1 week in his town, in his birthplace?
Are you talking about most of the councils who have already negotiated peace agreements?
In their hometown. You are a district head with your Arawani, but you are not living there. You don't sleep there. So how can even the people respect you? How would the bandits even accept that you are serious in that matter?
Right, okay. So, Dr. Krufi, let's do this. In your view, who are the winners and who are the losers in this current arrangements as things stand right now?
No, we are the losers as human beings. Politicians are not interested in what happened to their people. Because now, what is it? You cannot farm. You cannot graze. You cannot go to the market. 70% of our schools are closed down. Some of the schools even are occupied by bandits. So who loses? But the wider losers are the Nigerian states. Because what is happening, killing of these people, it shows you in practical terms the totality of irresponsibility of the northern elites. Because here they are, or they come to Abuja, go to Lagos, steal money, perpetrate buildings, you see what, like Malami, 657 property. You know, craziness. What do you do is even though. So meanwhile, your people are being killed on a daily basis. So I think the southern elites, who are more serious than their counterparts, because they make industry, they make something that you have shown, I have seen in your TV showing the bar charts. And I saw also Gomi was taking of master plan. I thought, you know, if you are making master plan for Almajiri, this Almajiri are in the north. So when you make the budget, you surcharge the northern states. Because why should the southern people be taking care of your own problem which you have created? So the South elites also, they have to be a little more serious to protest. When you come and make this security budget, then the security budget 70% go to the north because of the irresponsible nature of this issue. It's a national thing. And equally, so for somebody you pay his irresponsibility, I think it doesn't make any sense.
And on that very interesting point, Dr. Bashir Kurfi, thank you so much for joining the conversation this evening. That is all the time we have, but I get the sense that we were going to revisit this conversation in the near future. Thank you so much for the analysis.
Thank you
I appreciate it very much for joining us this evening. And that is a wrap on tonight's edition of the program. Daily Politics returns tomorrow live at 8 p.m. I'm Abdullahi Ahmed. From myself and the rest of the team, thank you for joining us. Good evening.
So guys, many Nigerians have been reacting. People are wondering what is actually happening in Nigeria after these terrorists were seen drive past a military checkpoint unchallenged, unchallenged. I don't know where this country is heading to. I mean, a country that is at war with terrorism, and you see terrorists drive past without them being challenged. Now, this person tweeted and said Boko Haram and Iswa fighters were reportedly seen moving in armored vehicles through military checkpoints while soldiers looked on without intervening. What do you call this? What's the meaning of this? What do you call these Nigerians? Now, let me take you through some of the reactions. Like this person said, welcome to Nigeria, where students protesting against kidnapping are arrested and bandits and kidnappers are having a peaceful race in front of the military. Can Nigeria ever be better? Can Nigeria ever get it better? This person is Dan Juma, Dan J. And this person said, them go tell you, say, na order from above not to engage anyhow. A very anyhow army. And this one, the system is compromised. That's what you get. We don't have a president. And this other person here tweeted and said, you do realize the military personnel manning the checkpoints were given advance warning. Advance warning of their approach, right? And this person, exactly, that must have been the case, meaning the Nigerian military must have been told not to engage the terrorists. This person say section of the Nigerian army are working with the terrorists, especially the northerners. The only solution is a breakup of Nigeria and let the northern Nigeria have their Islamic caliphate. And then this other person reacted saying the soldiers were probably ordered to allow the terrorists to go without a fight. Have they told us who ordered the soldiers to vacate a few minutes before the school children were kidnapped? The government is a contributing factor to this insecurity. It is a northern business, you see. And this person, terrorism and ISIS attacks in Nigeria is backed and sponsored by the Nigerian government and its military. No matter how you try to live in denial, will eventually face reality that the country has been totally compromised. And then this other person said the government and the military are complicit in acts with them. So whenever a military personnel is killed, it is still them all. So you see why Nigeria is issue. Governor releases 70 jihadist terrorists as peace deal, and nnamdi Kanu is jailed without even carrying a gun. Mr. President, time for more assault on Islamic terrorists in Nigeria. And this person said there was a country. They will later say it is AI generated video. And this person, imagine if it was a civilian wearing camouflage. And this one, the truth is Nigerian soldiers are not afraid of the bandits or Boko Haram. They are not the one giving the order to act, and most of them are not well equipped. They are not the ones giving the order to act, and most of them are not well equipped. And this person here said, Fela really called it zombie. Fela really called it zombie wasn't an insult. It was a job description. No order, no action, even when common sense is screaming. Imagine calling it a peace deal and soldiers are sitting across with people dressed in uniform of Islamic soldiers. Hey God. I mean, these people were wearing the uniform of a Nigerian soldier, and this person say Nigerian military working hand in hand with the terrorist Fulani headsmen. They've reached an agreement to fire at each other because not to fire at each other because they now consider themselves as colleagues. So guys, this is what is happening in Nigeria, and people are just wondering how can this be. Don't be a dumb ass by posting and commenting on what you don't know. That was a role play, as they were either acting or rehearsing. Investigate before you post. Rules of engagement. And this person say it could be a border town. They have no jurisdiction to shoot over territorial lines. Not sure, just saying they may have been told not to engage them if seen as per order as usual. So guys, let me know what you think about all this happening in Nigeria. It's really so pathetic that people are going through all this. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.